Welcome, my friends. Yes, welcome once again to another Nintendo Nightcap video, bringing you all the latest Nintendo news. Once again, we got a story from Nash Weedle, the Nintendo insider, who seemingly doesn't sleep. ¿Cuándo duermes, Nash? When does he sleep? Because he is bringing us more information this time about Microsoft releasing a huge game, Indiana Jones, to the Switch 2. We're going to get into that and other games Microsoft will be releasing on the Switch 2. And this is coming via Nash Weedle as well. Plus, Nintendo is calling out Bloomberg, calling them rats, calling them liars. We're going to get into that story very briefly beforehand. But before all of that, don't forget, you can yourselves win a Nintendo Switch 2 on this very channel when I'll be doing a very special 24-hour launch party stream. So if you want your chance to win the Nintendo Switch 2, make sure you hit that like and subscribe and tune in on the day of the stream for your chance to win. Now then, Nintendo calling out Bloomberg, calling them liars. What have they done? Let's get into it right now. So basically, this all kicked off when Bloomberg published a report in which they stated that Nintendo will set in wholesale prices in Japan so that retailers can earn more from each sale of the Nintendo Switch 2 system. They published that Nintendo was giving retailers a gross margin of 5%, which is much more than the usual 2%. And this is, of course, in order for them to make more money, but also for Nintendo to sell more Switch 2s. But Nintendo has come out and called this a flat out lie. And more than that, they reacted so quickly, they went over to their X account and put out a post about it. And this is what they said. They said, Bloomberg, you are a bunch of rats. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. What they actually said was, on June 2nd, 2025, a news report related to the wholesale price of Nintendo Switch 2 in the Japanese market was published. We want to clarify that this report is not true. Nintendo does not disclose any information regarding business conditions with distribution and retail partners. That's not the only article written by Bloomberg that Nintendo's saying is untrue, because 2 weeks ago, Bloomberg also reported on a rumor that Samsung, who was making, of course, the 8nm SoC for the Switch 2, is urging Nintendo to make an upgraded Switch 2 a few years down the line. But this is something also Nintendo denied. They said they're not planning on a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro down the line. But they didn't go as far as to post that on their X account, but they did deny that as well. So, my friends, there you go. Bloomberg caught in yet another lie. Nintendo is not creating different circumstances for retailers in Japan, and they are not going to be releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro anytime soon. So, with that said, on to the next story. We got Cyberpunk, we even got Street Fighter 6, but now it seems as though we're going to be getting another huge AAA title from Microsoft, no less, but in the form of machine games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And once again, this comes via Nash Weedle, who posted about it in his X account, which you can find in the description below. And he simply had this to say. He said, Indiana Jones is on its way to the Switch 2. The only doubt is whether it will be via a key card. But there you go, like flat out confirmation by Nash Weedle that we are getting yet another huge AAA game. Of course, this game is done by the Wolfenstein developers, Machine Games. It's a game, I haven't played it myself, I've been waiting, but it's a game that people have said perfectly captures the essence of the first three films. In fact, we can look over on Metacritic where it's got a score of 86, and we can see just some of the comments that reviewers have said about it. We can see that Games Radar gave it a perfect score, saying Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the best adventure this character has embarked on in over 30 years. Developer Machine Games has leveraged its expertise in the FPS space to deliver an immersive, authentic, first-person adventure that is quite unlike anything. Amazing praise. And Cube came out and said, with the majority of first-person games being rubbish, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an incredible surprise. With the team behind Wolfenstein, though, it really shouldn't have been. An incredibly fun experience from start to finish with a fantastic story, beautiful environment, etc. And for its part, Eurogamer came out and said, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a game that the most famous archaeologists in pop culture simply deserved. So a lot of praise for the game there. It's sitting on an 86 on Metacritic as we stand, and that is it. Nash Weedle said we can expect this game to come over to the Switch 2. But not just that, because we had spoken recently in the podcast about what Microsoft may be cooking for the Switch 2. And amongst other games, we spoke about Doom, Dark Ages coming over. Nash Weedle spoke about Sea of Thieves coming over, and about a few surprises from Microsoft on the Switch 2. And this is what he had to say.
Es que estoy esperando yo, es que ¿qué va a enseñar Microsoft? Porque que tiene de todo. Tiene de todo. Seguramente va a salir Doom, Dark Ages, ¿no? Y seguramente estará haciendo el port, ¿cómo se llama? Red Button. panic button, seguramente, ¿no? Pero es como, ¿cuándo? Venga, ¿cuándo le va a dejar Nintendo que hablen esta gente, ¿no?
Yo tengo entendido que el primero que quieren lanzar, que lo comenté también, es el Sea of Thieves. El primero que quieren mostrar, y luego de ahí en adelante empiezan con todos los juegos que van a ir lanzando en Switch 2, que van a ser muchísimos. Aparte también que he comentado que Microsoft está desarrollando, que la gente, cuando hablas de que están desarrollando, dicen, no, ya está, ya sale para el año que viene. No, tranquilos. Por favor. Están desarrollando, o sea, se han puesto, el año pasado se pusieron con un juego orientado al usuario de Nintendo, no exclusivo de Nintendo Switch. Va a ir para Nintendo Switch 2, pero va a ir para otras consolas también. Lo que pasa es que es 2 juegos orientados al usuario de Nintendo. Uno ya está en desarrollo y otro están en ello.
So, my friends, there you go. Nash Weedle, very confident. Not only is he confirming that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming over, and he seemed to be nodding with me about the possibility of Doom Dark Ages coming over, but he is super confident on a few other things. A, that Sea of Thieves will be coming over, and that is a game that surely would fit perfectly with the Nintendo audience. But he's also stating once again that Microsoft is cooking something special and releasing 2 games specifically aimed at the Nintendo audience. Though the game will be coming out to other consoles, it's specifically aimed to do really well with the Nintendo user base. So that is very exciting. What kind of game will it be? Will it be a mascot platformer? That's kind of what I'm guessing, but we shall wait and see. But very exciting news. Let me know though in the chat, what do you think? Are you super excited to play Indiana Jones on the Switch 2? Have you played it before? What did you think of the game? Is this going to be your first time? It's going to be my first time. I'm super excited. But my friends, that is the video for today. But don't forget, in 3 days' time, the Switch 2 will be out, and I'll be celebrating by doing a 24-hour stream and giving one of you lucky folk there a chance to win Nintendo's very next home console. All you got to do is hit that like and subscribe and join us for the 24-hour. You can find it in the link below. Right, my friends, that is it. I will be back tomorrow with even more Nintendo Switch 2 news. Until then, have an awesome day, my friends, and I'll see you then. Bye.